Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another FlightSim live stream today. It's the 23rd of April 2025. It's 34 minutes past 4 in the afternoon. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 in a channel favourite, the Boeing 727-200. This is the one from FlightSim Studio, the passenger variant. We flew the cargo version 2 or 3 times before the pass, and they updated the passenger variant last week. Very kindly sent me a copy over, and this is the earliest opportunity I've had to stream the aircraft. And firstly, apologies as well for the delayed stream as well. The original plan was to start the stream at 3:30. However, I got up at 3 AM this morning. I've been to undisclosed Spanish destination south of Spain and back, and then I got a lovely message from a very good friend of mine who I trained with at Oxford Aviation Academy. He was an Emirates first officer, and he very much regrettably broke his neck and couldn't fly again, and he asked if he could pop in. He was on the way with his new job, if he could pop in this afternoon. It's an opportunity I couldn't turn down, so he came round, had a good catch up, told some old stories of what we got used to, what we got up to when we were at flight training. It was so good to see him again, and I just delayed the stream for an hour, so thank you very much for your patience whilst we got those things going on. Anyway, what about today's flight? We are going to be in the 727 here. We're flying Olympic Airlines, the old defunct Olympic Airlines, which Asian, I think, or however you pronounce it in Greece. We're on the island of Zakynthos. We're going to be flying to Mikonos, so it's a very short time, a short flight time, around 55 minutes, cruising at 27,000 feet, Mach 0.85, all conventional navigation, INS, and we're going to do a VOR approach in this aircraft today. Let's, anyway, zoom on in towards the aircraft and see who we have in chat. We've got John Terry Gore. Wow, Zulu Tango Hotel. I just flew into Kef. Is that Keflavik? I don't even know where that is. No, it's somewhere else in Greece, isn't it? I can't remember, John. Hope you had a great flight. Here is the beautiful Olympic 727. I'll just zoom on in whilst we see who else we have in chat today. Anthony Vino, doing well. He says, good morning, I see you'll be flying my favourite airline. Absolutely, 727 is an absolute classic. And you two says, so glad to be catching a live stream again, and an old Boeing too. Absolutely, hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for popping in as well. Macmillan says, considering getting the aircraft, it's a fantastic choice. I do enjoy flying this aircraft. I also can't wait to fly the FlightSim ones in X-Plane 12 when they do come along as well. Oh yes, Kefalinia, that's it, John, that's where, I know where it is as well. Having Store says, please don't forget to set the air conditioning mode to flight. We don't want to have problems with pressurisation like in the first flight FSS 727 stream. I might utilise, or let me know in chat, I might utilise the onboard engineer today to help get this aircraft configured. Let me know what you think about that, or if you'd like me to do it all myself. We'll see how we get on today. But yes, you'll be seeing the effects of fatigue. As I said, I've been to halfway across Europe and back this morning. Been up now for what, 13 and a half, 14 hours. This is why it's unsafe to fly when you're feeling fatigued. You'll probably see today as well. Alessandro looking to hear those JT8Ds. Yes, we do have them there. Craig, am I on the wrong times? I don't know. Welcome on board. Sim Bear, hope you're doing well too. Nice to see you here in chat. Now, I'm offline today because it's a super tiny apron, no ATC event or anything like that, but I might take this aircraft again soon online on a ransom event when we get the opportunity as well. Who else we've got here? PPGJK, hope you're doing well. He goes, there is a new update, by the way, that released today. Is that for the sim or for the aircraft? I've updated the sim. There was an update before I jumped into the aircraft. I had to do a mandatory sim update, but I haven't updated the aircraft since yesterday's little test flight I did. Anyway, let me bring up Navigraph and show you our routing today. There we are, there is Navigraph. So if I go here to the world map, we're going to be flying in Greece from the island of Zakynthos here. Very short runway, but we should be able to get off here. Here's our SID. It's sort of a conventional SID back over the airfield. Then we're going to be flying towards the Alfa Romeo Alpha VOR, which is Raxos, and then eastbound Kilo Oscar Romeo right over the Greek capital of Athens, Kilo Echo Alpha, and then onwards to Zakynthos. We're going to fly the VOR approach runway 34, where the wind's favouring today. Live time, live weather, of course, like every other live stream. Anthony says, depends upon whether you want the captain experience or want to work the entire circus. The captain has little or nothing to do with the systems in a three-person crew. Yes, they're just in charge, essentially. Let's get the aircraft set up old school and see how we get on that way. Right, I've not done anything. I've just loaded in the aircraft as I was a bit tight for time. I'll just turn the music down here slightly in the background. So we need to get some electrical power connected to the aircraft here. Oh yes, we've got full GSX integration as well. So let's go GSX, sim brief's okay, request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Let's go with Asian Airlines, which this airline became into. This is just stock scenery, by the way, as you can tell from the no taxiway markings that make any sense, anything like that. But it will do for our 2 shore sectors today. There we are. The doors are opening to commence boarding. Full load of passengers. So GSX has integration with this. It should open the doors as required. Let's get the... oh no, panel state. No, cold and dark. What have I done? Not a great start. Let's go back cold and dark. I hope I've not... Oh, I've already broken it. Right, GPU connect. So I can hear GPU sounds, even though the GPU wasn't connected, but now it is. There we are. So panel states here. We won't be pressing any of that again. Clock time UTC, we'll leave all that as it is. Options, going to use SIVA. No, push back today. Frequencies are all set. Smoke, yes. GSX auto, yes. We'll have all there. Right, so I'll download the flight plan. There we are. So imported SimBrief for the flight plan. Now, I tried to use GSX on my test sector, and it didn't load the fuel properly. It was all sort of broken. So what I'm going to do is, as I do with other aircraft, is just load the passengers manually. So I think if I press the play button, fast forward, instantly loads the passengers. Press play, fast forward, instantly loads the fuel. So I had issues with GSX yesterday with this. Jim Bolliffy, this is 2020. I don't think this aircraft is available for 2024 yet. So fuel and passengers should be loaded already. I've got dinging going on here, so I think if I press this, it'll speak to the cabin crew.
Yes, go ahead.
Boarding completed, apparently. Alright, well, ignoring the GSX passengers coming in, boarding is complete. There we are. And I haven't even got any electrical power connected to the aircraft. So, over to the engineer's panel, battery on, and external powers connected. We'll put the essential power to external power. Hello, welcome on board. Oh, hello. Greek there. So that's all electrical power connected. I'll do a quick panel scanner here. Flight control warning test, imagine that's done. Anti-skid on. Panel lighting we'll configure later. Navigation light can come on. Auto brake to... speed brake armed. Auto brake to RTO. Fire tests. There we are. I can hear fire bells going off. And... was that the cargo fire test? No lights illuminated there. Yes, I think it was the cargo. Voice recorder test to be done. Sounds on this aircraft are pretty good. There's the flight recorder test. That's all configured as we need it here. Window heats will turn now on. Probe heats will do after engine start. I sort of configure it after engine start as I would do in the 737. Works out quite nicely. Navigraph's up, sorry. There we go. I'm going to make lots of mistakes like this. It's the effects of fatigue, absolutely. Yeah, still have the map up, Captain. Thank you. I need to bring chat up closer to me. So overhead panel's pretty much configured. The autopilot controls are on the pedestal, but pretty much this is all set up as we want. The latest weather conditions are offline here, but it's actually really nice settled weather here in Greece. The latest weather in Zakynthos is showing variable winds, few clouds at 2,500. It's 22 degrees. QNH is 1011, which is already set on the primary, standby, and Jim's altimeter. Let's slave the standby artificial horizon. There we are, that's all configured. INS, we'll put that to standby. What on earth is this? Is this something straight out of a U-boat? We'll see if we get that to... oh, I don't think this isn't modelled in it. No, this will be the weather radar. Transponder, we'll put to 2000 standby. The cabin crew boarding is hilarious.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Excellent. Baby Brain, yes, I've got a bit of Baby Brain as well, looking after Baby. She's doing very, very well. Right, engineers panel, what needs configuring here? Galley power needs to be turned on. We'll check the electrics, IDGs are all off. Fuel then.
Passengers boarding starting.
Now, unfortunately, I don't think, unless you guys can correct me, we have the option to have kilos yet. It's all in pounds, which is a real pain in the backside. So, if I purposefully bring up SimBrief here and find my flight plan. So it's 778. I think it's minimum block fuel I've got. So what's 7,800 in pounds? Divided by 2.2, don't we? No, times it by 2.2. So we divide that by 3. We should have 5,700 pounds of fuel per tank, which I think we do. Look, there's 6,000 pounds. Yeah, we've got sufficient fuel, minimum block fuel, and turn off Navigraph. That's all we should need today because the weather's perfect. So fuel pumps, turn them all on. Hello. There we are. Electric hydraulic pumps I can turn on now, I guess. There we are. So we should see the leading edge devices now start to retract as we have hydraulic pressure coming onto the aircraft, he says. Oh no, I need to open the ground interconnect bypass valve. Why aren't they retracting? Or are they retracting but incredibly slowly? Yeah, there they go, look. See, as we have hydraulic power, they just droop as there's no hydraulic pressure in the aircraft. Proper weight units. What, pounds? Liam Echo 3 or kilos? We're missing the kilos here. Did they even build them with kilos? Remember jump seating at 200 where the cockpit was all in French. Oh, lovely. The bar says you're in a 777-200. Brilliant. So it does. I was just testing you, Cubing Demon, and well done. You were the first person to realise I'd purposefully set the wrong bar. I'll immediately change that now to the correct aircraft type. What is it? 722, isn't it? Correct? Save. There we are. Well done. So there we go. Configured. 27,000 feet. Yes, cabin altitude at 27,000 feet. What's to be 2,300? Elevation's got to be sea level there, or near enough. Let's have a quick look at my charts. Oh no, it's 400 feet. Wow, I didn't know that. Now you wouldn't do this until after engine start. Oh no, I will remember to put that in flight today. Yes, I won't forget. That's all done. Let's get the APU started, and I think pretty much engineers panels configured, then we'll get INS loaded. So I think you have to do the test first, don't you? Now fire test. Yeah, I won't pull that because that will discharge the bottle. And we'll get the APU started. So no dead horses today. No, just Greek passengers. Joran, is it worth buying? Yeah, I think for the price point, it's a nice little 727. There's the APU starting up. APU was in the wing route, wasn't it? Yeah, because there's the exhaust for the APU just here. Oh my goodness me, what's happened to my passenger door? Oh, great. My passenger door has... Hey, it's invisible! Wonderful. Alright, we'll be fine. We'll be dead Greek passengers. Alright, APU starting up. Let's have a quick look at this SID. Boarding's complete. So we're flying the ARA 1 X-ray, or the Araxos 1 X-ray, which is basically climb on runway heading 159 bearing until we pass 2,500 feet. We then make a 15-degree turn at 210 knots back to the beacon, the NDB that is, and we'll go out, crikey, go outbound on that beacon 043, which is radial 224 to Araxos. So what I'm going to do is tune the NDB 326 for departure, which is, where's the ADF? Down here, look, 326. I could have done this before the stream. Oh yes, I need to turn... this is the problem with Zek. I've got to turn these radio master switches on. There we are. I remember when my test sector did that and nothing worked. 326, we'll put in all the beacons.
Minimums. Approaching minimums.
Hopefully, if I switch this to ADF... Yeah, look, it's pointing towards the NDB. We'll just leave one of them there. You can get the ident on that by tuning this ADF switch to on. Can you hear that? Right, feedback to the devs. The volume knob is permanently turned up and you can't actually control the volume. Can you hear the Morse? It's really quiet. Zulu Alpha Tango, I heard, but they need to turn it up. Liam Echo 3, thank you. 57 months as a member. I've already broken it. How many times have I heard that over the past 57 months? Unbelievable. Thank you very much, buddy. 57 months as a member. Unbelievable. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, you will have heard it several times, as you will continue to hear it as you continue watching my content. Right, so we got the NDB tuned, and then we said we're going to tune a Roxos 12.7, the VOR. All old school today, guys. No FMC, although there is an FMC available with this add-on. We haven't got the ident too far out for the VOR. But let's load up the INS now. If I just increase my zoom. We'll put our present position in first. So here's all the airport park information. We're on stand, well, I don't know because we're in Microsoft FlightSim. I think it's stand 2, so let's put down our present position. So we'll rotate this to POS. And it's going to be north 37.45.3, 37.45.3, insert east. Did I press that? I think I did already. East 020531. Watch me, guys, at input error. Wait. 020531. Watch bound for input error. I'm very likely to make mistakes. I'm very tired today. No, not on FlightSim today. No events. It's a very small apron, so I just wanted to get out of here. It's a very short stream. Right. So the waypoints we're programming in, guys, are just the VORs for backup. So we're going to put 1 in for Araxos, 2 for Core, 3 for Athens, 4 for Kiev, 5 the VOR on the airfield. So just 5 INS waypoints to program. And if I go here to the SimBrief OFP, before the start of the stream, I just numbered them here for easy identification. So waypoint number 1 is going to be the Araxos VOR, so north 38095. Can't believe that this is the second stream we've done the INS because we flew the Felis 742 last. East. And then it's going to be 021258. I've already made a mistake, look. Let's just do it, type it in again. So 2. No, let's just go 2158. 2158. Oh dear. I've already screwed this up. 021580. I think that's correct. Insert 021580.0. Yes, that's good. Right, waypoint number 2. That's going to be the Zakynthos VOR, north 37558. Insert east. Oh, yeah, see, it's a bit annoying. Look, the click spot for the INS isn't very good. There's something in the way there. That's why it's not always going into east 022562. 022562. Insert. I'm not happy with that. East 02. No. 021. I've already screwed up number 1, haven't I? That's an invisible GSX window. East 021. I'm just gonna reinsert this. How do I I actually don't know how to reprogram a waypoint I've already made. I'm not sure that's correct. East. No, it must be East 021580. 021. No, I've made a mistake. Ah, so tired. 021258.021. Yeah, thanks, chat. You did spot my error. But how do I clear an INS waypoint? Press clear. Waypoint change. Oh. I've never actually had. I usually just reinsert it. Oh, no, I just have to put the whole line in again. That's my north 38095. Sorry about this, guys. East 021258. 021258. That's better. Number 2's already in. 2256.2. Right, number 3. North 3753. 3753.3. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. East 0234 023483. Insert. Oh my god, there's only 2 more, thank god. North 37334. 37334. Insert east 24179. 24179. 024179. Insert. Lastly, number 5. Started setting again. I did. North 37264. North 37264. Good news is these are all VORs, so if something bad happens, I can just at least route conventionally. So when you say this is a click spot for GSX, is that just unique to the 7.2, or is that other add-ons as well? E02527. 2520. Insert. Right, I'm done. No, it's normal GSX window resize arrow. Really? I've never noticed that before. Right, that's all done. So, I've left it. Right, I'm going to do a quick alignment, guys. Nav, press the green button. Nav, nav's complete, because otherwise we would have got to move it to a line. Right, distance time makes sense, 35 miles. Okay, perfect. APU should be already running. So APU bleed air is over here, isn't it? Oh, it's already on, and I've got conditioned air in the cabin. Okay, perfect. Alright. I think we're good to go, guys. So, last things we need to do then, just to tidy up, if I bring up Navigraph. Have a look at this SID. So, runway heading, for runway 16, we'll set that on the heading bug, so 159. 159. And then the course is going to be a bearing, 159, then back to the beacon. So we're going to put 043 as the first course, because that will be the first radial we fly to. And the rest will be pushing the head. I'm going to put these both to ADF, actually. So we're going to be pushing the head and pulling the tail on departure. Right, I need some light in here, it's dark. It's going to probably be a sunset flight. All the lights on. Overhead panel. Perfect, that's better. Right, best do the takeoff performance. This is a short runway here. So runway 16 will fetch flat 15. Let's try that. Fetch the wind in. It's really good, this. I like this. Minimum runway maximum takeoff weight 77,163. So we're below that even with a full load of passengers. And that gives us 1649. Now, I'll set the EPR and trim automatically. So if I press this, look. Sets all your trim for you. Your takeoff reference, which is 2 on the EPR, 94.18, and speeds we can set as well. So set V speeds for me automatically. V1 128, VR's the same, V2 130, flat 5 159, flat 2 189, clean speeds 199. So that's all done, and you can bring up the charts here. So Lima, what's the airport code here? Lima Golf Zulu Alpha. So we'll just taxi chart I don't need, but we'll just select the SID, and then we can then reference it for departure. There we go. Nice function, and I think since the update, if you click back here, there you go. He says, oh, I thought, oh, there it is. No, why is that not working? Well, on my test sector, you click that, and it brought the operational flight plan onto the pedestal, but it's not working. Okay. Oh, there we go. It's on the move. It's on the engineer's plan. There you go. So there's the operational flight plan. That's really cool. So that's a new update, and you can put it in different places. So you can put it there. Oh, I think that just downloads it. I've moved it back. Yeah, you can have it there. Look, that's really cool. I love that feature. We'll pop it away for now. Right, is the barrow inches of mercury note? So you've got inches of mercury, and there's your millibars, like 1011. Right, we have covered everything. Let's get GSX ready for engine start. So, how do I just start engines? Boarding complete. I don't need to push back. Operate stairs. Oh, you know what? It's prepare for pushback and departure, I think. Yeah, but I don't need a pushback. I know that will shut the doors. My invisible door in the back there. But that's going to get the pushback, and I don't want the pushback. Is there no option with GSX to start engines on stand? I don't know. There's no SID stop altitude, so we'll just go straight up to our cruise, which is 27,000 feet.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay, well, I've no idea where it's going to push me back to. But yeah, when we're ready for pushback, I'll restart the whole Koodle thing. Oh, just start the engines. Okay, cool. Alright, well, parking brake's set. I think we're all good, aren't we? We can just start the engine straight away. Oh, I need to get the APU on the bus. There we are. So APU's on the bus. We can now disconnect the external power. Essential power to APU. Let's disconnect the GPU. Yeah, I think the external power's gone.
Departure checks completed.
So when it says remove, does that mean it is removed, or press it to remove? Oh yeah, now it says connect. Yeah, it's gone. Perfect. Just a bit slow. GSX will disappear when you start engines. Okay. Pilot, that is so cool. It's good. It's good add-on. It's good add-on. Right, let's start the engines then. So air conditioning packs are off. Anti-collision light. is on. Parking brake set. Transponder to out of. Again, this is how you fly the 7.3. We'll just put that to on out instead of out off. There we are. Check's complete. Right. Hopefully this will work. So we'll move that to ground. Yes, there we are. I have N2 rotation. Where's the oil pressure gauge? It's probably on the engineer's panel, isn't it? Nope.
Locking gear.
Thank you. I don't need you, but where's oil pressure? N2. EGT. Well, we'll just have to presume the pressure's fine. 20 is max motoring, so fuel on. Obviously in the 7.2, all the noise is back here. Can't hear anything. Don't need you. I think the external sounds for the JT8Ds need a bit of modifying. It's very quiet, and they have a very distinctive sound, which you hear on the MD80. So we'll just get rid of that. Alright, it's definitely starting. Yeah, a bit more noise. Super hush kits, I know. Well, that's a good start on engine number 3. There's the pressure light extinguisher, so we can now start engine number 2. Maybe it is the Whisper Jet. Is it the Whisper Jet variant? Maybe it is as quiet as this. I don't want the Whisper Jet variant, I want the as loud as possible variant. I see you using super old school procedures. Well, I'm used to Zebo mod closing the door. N2 20%. Oil pressure. I guess I think it's just if that light extinguishes, but there must be something that indicates oil pressure. Fuel, electrics. Ah, here we go. There it is. It's the same as the Felis 742 gauges. Hi Henrik, welcome aboard. Just tuned in. Always love a stream of one of the classics. Absolutely. Good start on engine number 2. More within limits. Hold on, why is it EPR 2.02? What? 2. I can't set 2. Right, 2 stable, starting engine number 1. I think if you open the window, yeah, you get a bit more volume. Cool. N2. Where's all the door indications? Here, it's just the APU. Alright, oil pressure light extinguished and max motoring. Let's get the fuel on. Shall I just restart Cootrel now then? There we are. Don't need you. Don't need you. Oh, that's a good sound, isn't it? Oh my goodness me, what happened there? I just popped my head out the window and I... No, I don't want you anymore, GSX, go away. Cool sounds. Right, I close that. I love that rattling. Engine panel is just a bit smaller than the 742. Yeah, I mean, 742 was huge, obviously. Right, I think we've got 3 good engine starts, so let's do the before taxi flow. Wish me luck with this, I'm sort of guessing. Same as the 73. So generators on. Put that on there. APU off. I think it takes a while to shut down. Start switch is continuous. Probe heat on. Anti-ice not required. So air conditioning. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. You turn off the bleeds at engine number 2. Engine 1 and 3 on. And we need to turn the packs on as well. There we are. And now, unique to the 7.2, I need to put this to flight. There we are. So the outflow valve is moving to the closed position. That's good. Flaps. Oh, what was the flap setting for the performance? It was flaps to 15. Okay. Flaps to 15. So 2. Now one thing, is it that quick to extend the flaps in real life? To 2 and 5. It could be. There we are, there's 15. You'll have to sync the generators, won't you? Yes, the syncing, I have no idea what you need to do there, guys. Could someone advise how to sync? Do I just adjust the frequency until it's 400 Hz? Oh, they don't rotate anyway. I'm sure it's fine, and my virtual engineer is doing it. Don't forget the chocks and cones. Thank you. Flight controls. Forward, back, left, right. Rudders, right and left. There's no recall, is there? Auto brake can go to RTO though. RTO's already set. Then we do the checklist. Right, cones and chocks. They'll be under aircraft, won't they? So, remove the chocks, remove the cones. And we are ready to go, guys. So let's taxi to runway 16. So, parking brakes released. Ooh, sounds. Taxi and turn off on. We're off. So here's runway 16. This is not a long runway, I'll have you know. Right. Trust the included performance calculator though. Hello Phoenix, hope you're doing well. So what do you reckon, guys? Shall I keep the charts open here so you can monitor the SID? It's not really in the way actually, it's quite good. Would you like me to keep it there or get rid of? Clunk. There we are, I'll keep it there. I think it's quite good because that's the forward position. I'm sort of just taxiing wherever there's a default airport. Awesome. Red. Sasha votes red. Roger. I'll keep bringing up Navograph then. Perfect. Alright, let's just get to the whole point. So just do the before takeoff checklist. Config. Oh, I think it's the same as the 7.3, so just do a quick config check. There we are. Oh gosh, those engines spool up way too fast. Config checked. Flaps, we have 15 green light for the leading edge devices. Stab trim is automatically set for departure. 3.25 units. We'll imagine being clear to line up away. So, takeoff briefing. Let's get the lights on. Strobes. Oh, it's just like a 7.3. So the air conditioning's all set. Pax auto bleeds on. V-speeds are set for departure. We've got the bug set too. It's going to be the Araxos 1 X-ray. Remember, it's climbing straight ahead, 2,500 feet. Right turn direct to the beacon, which I'll bring up for you here. And then at above 6,500, outbound 043 to Araxos, climbing to our cruise level 270. Max speed 210 knots for that first turn, so we can clean up, just maintain 210 knots. Nash reviews, cabin secure, checks complete. Let's get the transponder to TARA. So MCP set, transponder TARA, strobe lights are on, clear takeoff. I use all the runway today. Cool, flight time's going quick, 50 minutes. It's cool livery. I just went for a random call sign today, Olympic 72 kilo. Alrighty. Let's now do a little 180 and line up. Oh my goodness me, what's going on here? We've got gifted members coming in prior to departure. Thank you very much to Daryl Edgett Smith, a member of the channel for over a year. Thank you very much for the support as I try and turn this beast round. Welcome aboard the Macallan, Sasqueres, Akesi Retas and Trijet Sim Pilot, who definitely probably knows what he's doing with this thing, and Dave B. Welcome aboard. It's all gifted members on behalf of one of the members, Daryl Edgett Smith. Thank you, Daryl. Very kind. Oh, wow, this actually turns quite well. So let's just get lined up first. Oh, I love flying old school, guys. Alrighty. Look at the windsock. I thought the wind here was light and variable. Zakynthos. It's now 280 at 7 knots, so we've got a bit of a tailwind. Lovely. Well, hopefully that's accounted for in the performance. But we're going to hold it on the brakes, set EPR, and then we'll let go of the brakes. So I might need to use all my hands. Right. There's no timer. Local time is also Zulu time 16:08, so I need to hold this with my left hand. The brake. Toga's in chat. Slowly set thrust. We'll set about 1.6. Make sure it's all stabilised. Actually, whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to go into my second window and turn up the volume. Multitasking here. Oh, actually, it's turned up quite high. Right, Still got the brake set. It's increased to 2 EPR. Alright. A little bit too much. Let's not blow up the JT8Ds. God, I'm having to adjust all the thrust levers. God, I feel like I'm running a power station. Right. Fuel disappearing. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Brakes off. Oh, look at the smoke. Look at the pollution. Right, hands on the thrust levers. Oh, I need a bit more thrust here. Alright. Where's 60 knots? Come on. There, airspeed alive.
80 knots.
Checked. Release forward pressure. Ah. Oh yeah, crosswinds from the right, wasn't it? Oh, using all that runway? Flipping heck. Ah. Centerline. Airborne. There we are. Perfect. Woo. Possible to climb. Gear up. Trim. No flight directors on here. So, tracking 159, that's good. No flyby view. Oh, the gear's not come up. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Good job I checked outside. There we are. So we're waiting now to 2,500 feet. We'll bug up. So we'll just set about 1,000 feet per minute. Retract flaps. So I'm following the tail of this needle, guys. I know you can't really see very well, but I'm keeping that on 159. So we just need to make a slight left turn. So we'll put the flaps to 5. Again, just lower that nose a bit more, just to make sure I'm maintaining around 1,000 feet per minute of climb. So next thing will be 2,500 feet with the right turn. Again, just fly a little bit more left for that bearing. Trimming nose down as we accelerate. It's a lovely day to go flying. Okay, and what's climb thrust? I'm just going to reduce that slightly. So about 90% M1 now. And flaps up. And we're going to bug 210 knots. That's the maximum speed. So we've got that little yellow icon, so I'm going to start pitching up there to keep it at 210 knots. There's 2,500 feet. Right turn. Maximum bank 15 degrees. That's 15 degrees I've bugged there. And we're nicely trimmed at 210 knots. So there we are. I'll just bring up Navigraph so you guys... Oh no, you can't see on that view. There we are. So 15 degrees angular bank. Maximum 210 knots until we're back inbound the beacon. It's climbing well. Look at the pollution. Beautiful. So just watch the angular bank, 15 degrees, so you can tell it's 15, you've got 10, 20, 30, so just keep it between these two here. Again, once the turn's complete, we're back inbound to the beacon, we can accelerate to 250 knots. Try and zoom in a bit more as we're sort of flying, instrument flying here. So flying to beacon, just need to simply put the arrow on the nose. Obviously take into account any drift. I have no idea what the climb thrust setting is. Pilots, thank God it's just a sim, I'm very happy. Why is there a 15 degree bank mentioned on the SID chart? It'll be for track keeping most likely. And I have to say, I mean I'm pretty much trying to do 15 degrees. It's, oh no, you can't see Navigraph on that page. It's flying it really nicely. 210 knots still. We're already at 8,000 feet. I best do some sort of after takeoff checklist. I'm going to cheat.
After takeoff.
You could do that, engineer.
Ignition set to off. Landing lights off. Land gear off.
Oh gosh.
Hydraulic system repump is off.
It's doing
After
things for me.
takeoff checks complete.
Alright. So we're going to keep turning 15 degrees, passing 10,000 feet, still max 210 knots. Passing 10,000 feet. What a massively slow arc turn. I mean, there's the airport we're trying to fly over. Just watch that speed. I've just gone to 200. Beautiful day out there. So I'm going to switch one of these to VOR. So that's the right needle's pointing to the VOR beacon, which is where we need to go after we've flown over the NDB. So I'm going to bug. Oh, look at the. Oh, this aeroplane is so fast. I mean, look at what VMO is, like 350 knots. I'm going to bug 300 for when the turn's complete. Oh, it's a lovely day to go flying. Alrighty, so we're going to fly over the airfield now. So I'm going to lower the nose, just so we're doing about 1,000 feet per minute. We're going to accelerate to 300 knots now. Need to trim nose down. Almost flying directly to the airfield. Ooh, just a little bit heavy on that nose. Make very small inputs at these sort of speeds. Ah, I know what's going on. See these EPR bugs? The engineer's changing them automatically. I think that's what I've got to set onto. So there we are, about to fly right over the airfield. As you can see, we've overshot the turn slightly. I'll go to the other charts. And then we're going to go outbound 043. Need to fly the aeroplane. Oh, we're descending. That's what happens if you do external views. Alright, approaching 300 knots, so what I'm going to do, start pitching up. We're going to go over to VOR here. So now we're just following the HSI, so just a slight left turn to get onto the radial, and then we'll get some automation in. Did we set pressurization to flight? Yes. Whoa, it's really pitch sensitive now. Trim is very sensitive, so you don't need to make many inputs, but to be fair, we are doing 300 knots. Okay, I think we're good there. So, all in trim. Now let's get the autopilot in. So for that, we're going to go autopilot on, out. Go to nav lock, and then IS hold. Out. How do I on the altitude area out cell? So now it's on VOR lock, so it's following the localizer. It's on IS hold, so it's maintaining around 310 knots in the climb. And now I can sort of do some pre-cruise checks. We'll set standard as well. 1013. Oh, I just pressed B. Well, that's not working either. What's going on here? I can't set the barrow. No, 1013 set. Cool. After takeoff checklist is complete. That was done by Jim. Pre-cruise check. So lights off. APU is off. What's this light here? Now I think this is normal. I think this configuration is normal. The engineer did it, so that's fine. Fuel, we'll do some checks already below £5,000 each tank. We'll take off the belts. And then no smoking. Already done, checks complete. Beautiful. Great performance out of this aeroplane. So after Araxos, you know what, we can actually update INS now, so waypoint change. 0, 1, insert. Now I can actually switch to INS navigation if I want. Oh, I didn't realise how loud this was. Let's just turn the sim down slightly. Ah, there we go. And then INS, I think, is AUX nav. There we are. So now it's following the INS. We're perfectly on the radio roll, so we'll settle. Checks complete. James, thank you for your membership, 34 months. At least the horses are safe on tonight's flight. Yes, I mean, why would they not be safe? A perfectly safe Alpaca Airways flight. Let me check my pressurization. Look at that. Diff pressure, 7 psi, cabin altitude. Lovely. Iris 2020, just wondering right now, how many the first autopilot system's working without any computers? Great question. Accelerometers and gyroscopes of some sort? Not sure. But look at this. 360, 370 knots VMO. So fast. Fung Ha, too many analogues, my brain hurts. Ah, yeah, but you got to start somewhere. Great. This is a perfect route. Flying all these Greek islands is great for conventional navigation. Anyway, there you go. We're going to terminate the SID soon, and then we'll continue climbing up to flight level 270. We'll make a right turn to Kilo Oscar Romeo soon, and then right over Athens, the capital. So I think what happens is, see these EPRs have been changing. Yeah, I need to adjust the thrust here. So the engineer changes the EPRs for you. It's one of the settings. I'm just going to reduce thrust on engine 1 and 2 here. You just have to match the pressure ratios. So what, you know, you can have as little or as much automation as you want. So here I do have on EPR limits. So sets EPR limits according to flight phase based off weight and total air temperature, which is a really useful feature. The bugs and the temperature of the cabin. Fuel heat's off, engineer's voice is on. But you can get the engineer to fully configure the aircraft for you. We've just done the after takeoff checklist, which is quite useful because it's a very busy phase of flight. Now, so INS is engaged. It's going to make the next turn for us after Araxos, inbound to the Kilo Oscar Romeo. We've got the HSI here, still slaved to the VOR. So you'll see some slight deviations as INS does deviate, which isn't exactly the same as the VOR. Have I still got some lights on? Oh, I thought the engine had turned them off. Around there is Araxos Airport. There's the INS going to make the turn for us very soon. Should have flight directors on, really. So ignore the HSI now, it's not accurate. There we go. So I think we're actually on an airway of sorts. So we can back that up. Araxos outbound 096. So I can set the course to 096 for backup. There you are. RMI's just swung over as we've just gone over the VOR. Beautiful. So flight time's only 50 minutes, should be landing in about 40. Soon at 27,000 feet as well. And we're going to accelerate up to MMO, go up to 0.8485. This aircraft could go a lot higher and a lot faster, no problem. Checked. Very nice. It's amazing, having flown the Fearless 742 last week, this is sort of as a flying perspective, same as one less engine. Martin, no more shenanigans. You have responsibilities now. Wow, getting close to 2 years of November. I know, Martin. You're doing well. Thank you very much for popping in. I know, big responsibilities. I've been very lucky this week. I've had a full block of flying. I flew 32 hours in 5 days, guys. How much do you do for a PPL nowadays? Is it 45? 32 hours in 5 days. And quite well rested. I've been going to bed super early every day. Why are we going to blast straight through 270? Okie dokie, level off please. Level off please. Why has it gone straight through flight level 270? I had definitely... New cruise level, ladies and gentlemen. Flight level 290. Thanks, ATC. I definitely armed that. It even said 1 to go, didn't it? It said 1 to go. I don't know. New cruise. Q400 flashbacks. Thanks, ATC, for the continued climb. Just got a weather update, 020 at 15 knots, cav OK, so definitely runway 34 in use. Yes, our selects is actually out. Having story, you've been lucky with flying that much. Do you like flying better than spending time with your fiancé and child? I do like spending time with my fiancé and child. But I've been on earlies all week, so I'm sort of home by midday, on half days, some days had some later finishes. But we're going to be very busy the next few days, seeing family, friends. Right, level off now. Double check. Yeah, it's armed. It's armed here as well. So there's no light for INS navigation. I don't think there is. And this does have a rudimentary auto throttle. There, out green. That's better. So I'm going to leave climb thrust set. Let's go to point. What's the MMO there? Just below 8.5. Yeah, we'll maintain about 8.4, 8.5. So I love this little yellow trend vector. So it shows you how fast or slow you are based off your target bug speed. Nearly there. So fast. Siri looks fantastic as well. So I'm going to make sure all the thrust is matched. Pretty much all set to the EPRs. Okay. So auto throttle on. Engaged. There we go. Mach 0.85. Oh, we could go a bit faster, guys. We could probably get 8.8 out of it. 8.7. Josh, saw you had some right-hand seat flying recently too. A couple of upgrades or Captain LPC. So LPC's in the simulator to renew your instrument rating and type rating, Josh. But yes, I was in the right-hand seat 3 days ago training a captain. It's the same captain who came off the A350 and loves the 737. I mentioned him a couple of months ago. He's just finished his training very recently, so hasn't been rostered to fly with FOs yet. So yeah, good fun.
Minimums, approaching minimums.
Awesome. Let's just turn the sound down ever so slightly here in the sim as we're in the cruise. Sasha, thank you. 26 months of member munching on a fish finger sarnie in the cruise. Fish finger sarnie. My goodness. Not my choice for last meal. So I'm counting on you. What's the worst that could happen? Hey, listen. It's all under control. Flight level 290. I've not depressurised the airplane. Everything's fully... yes, no problem. No problems. I won't be long until we're halfway on this sector. Cheers, Sasha. Hope you're doing well. Sinbad trying out chase plane on a flight from Heathrow to... Oh my god, where's the OMG? It's epic. You definitely need to get it. Yeah. So, we do need to look into chase plane. I did see some previews from one of the members in the Discord chat channel yesterday, and it does look very nice, so maybe I'll have a play with it. RS2 2020, yeah, so I believe some 727s are retrofitted with this auto throttle system, as per the real aircraft. So it's all good. Best do a fuel check en route as well at Kilo Oscar Romeo. We took standard block fuel. I'm going to have to convert it all, so we'll be there. Just looking at the INS in 3 minutes. We'll do a fuel check in 3 minutes, see how things are. But we do have in the gauges, turn the lighting here on the engineer's panel, circuit breaker. Oh, where are the lights for the engineer's panel? Well, I don't know. Oh, was that switch? Oh, that's better. What have we got there? Just under £4,000 each tank. It's looking good. And nice route look. We're going to be over Athens soon. Let's tune the Athens VR 14.4, and then we'll have to start thinking about top of descent already. So Athens VR is active. Oops. There we are. And we have 58 miles to run. Beautiful. Such a cool shape as well. Josh says, my bad, good to know. I'm sure he's loving how spacious the flight deck is. Wonder how many times he's knocked his head. A few times, but he's flown the CRJ as well, so he's used to small cockpits. Fong, are you doing cross the pod this weekend? No. Pass. I'm busy on Saturday. Anyway, and I actually didn't fancy doing it. I've done 5-6 cross the ponds. Did it 6 months ago, and it was good fun, but with baby now I don't really fancy spending 10 hours sat on my PC on that day, so no cross the pond. 089 is the inbound radial for Athens, so we can preset 089 as backup. There we are, coming into the radial now as we fly into the current waypoint. Looking good. Airbus Admira, does this add-on feature some kind of FMS for people like me who don't know how to use CIVA? It does. So I won't change it en route, but if you check out the FFS 727 website, you've got the option of a conventional GPS, but this is an FMC, GNS XLS. It's like a old school FMC you can use to fly sort of RNAV and stars. Delta VR to VR, yeah, well we're actually using INS, but VOR sort of backup. So yeah, we're flying to the core NDB, which I've not tuned, and then Athens VOR we're going to next, and then it's the Kia VOR. And actually, guys, I need to start planning my descent. So I can't mess around here. This is a super short flight. So we're going to fly VOR Zulu, runway 34, and look at this, outbound from the beacon, just 6 miles outbound, straight in, levelling off at 2,100 feet. It's going to be an interesting approach. But not only that, have a look at this runway. 1,900 metres, but also look at this. Width. 30 metres width. Standard's 45, it's a narrow runway. So it's not the easiest runway to land on, which is why I sort of chose it. It's a bit of a challenge. So, I'm going to fly this VOR straight inbound to Mikonos, and then fly the procedure. Now, I want to be overhead the VOR, maybe at about 5,000 feet, no higher. So we're at 29,000 feet now. So we need to lose, to get down to 5,000 feet, 24,000 feet. So simply 24 miles before Mikonos, times by 3 times your height. So about 72 miles before Mikonos, we need to start our descent. Now, I did a little bit of mathematics. This leg here, from Mikonos to this VOR here, is about 50 nautical miles. So it needs to be 72 miles. That means 32 miles from Kilo Echo Alpha, we need to start our descent. So what I'm going to do is tune Kilo Echo Alpha on this VOR, and that means we get the DME here. So when this is 32 miles, we can start our gradual descent. 32 miles. That's only 30 miles away, and we're halfway. I told you, this is a super short sector. So once we're overhead Athens, 32 miles from Kia, we need to start going down. I want to try and see Athens, which is dead ahead, see if we can see any landmarks. There it is. Delta Aviation, love this plane. Did a Dan Air Boeing 727 on FlightSim yesterday out of Manchester to Malaga. Gives me such good vibes. Awesome. Awesome. Great for to go on FlightSim network as well. Fly old school. Mr. Legend says, I'd love to see Explain developed. Started by FlightSim Explain 11, but then abandoned it because they were too far behind. What do you mean by too far behind, Mr. Legend? Graphics? Explain's in many ways a superior simulator to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I enjoy using it both, but yeah. It's got its big benefits. Hammerstone was saying, I have to admit, Explain is far worse flight. Yes, if you want to have GSX and all the passenger simulation, of course, you want to get Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I do like all that GSX passenger integration. There's Athens below. Olympics, no doubt, hub is there. Arnav Star, Jim Lee? No. Conventional. It says Arnav Star, but we can just fly this as... What Arnav is it? Oh, actually, look, RP1 GNSS only. Not to worry, we've got approval to fly the Kia 1 Papa. In fact... Oh, there is no airway. Well, we're above airspace in there. Let's say, yeah, position to Mikonos for the procedure. It is, though, you're quite right, as you said, an Arnav arrival. But it is RMP1, so we couldn't fly this with INS. INS is down to 5, is it? RMP 5? It's all good, it's all good. Arriving flight cleared to execute Kia 1 Papa. The VOR Mikonos is the clearance limit. If no other modifying instructions are issued and acknowledged by the flight crew, talking if you've got clearance, basically. Yeah, we'll fly the procedure. I'm going to have to turn all the dials and keep everything up to date, but that's going to be the final VOR we tune. 110, 332, minimum 1200, which is 800 feet on the MDA. So what I'm going to do, you wouldn't usually set this on the radio altimeter, but it just gives us the MDA light. I'll set that to 811 feet. It's going to be no use because of the terrain. Yeah, we're going to have no issues today. A bit windy, but the VOR is in use. How many miles did I say from Kia we need to start to understand? Was it 30? No, 72 miles, wasn't it? Sorry, 20 miles from Kia we need to start our descent. Landing performance. Busy, busy. Landing. It's a bit of a pain, because if you press this, it puts the actual external conditions in. Not the airport. So we're going to go flap 30, which is the maximum landing flap for... No, flap 40. It's just short runway, same as a 7.3. Weather in Mikonos then, 020 at 15. 020/15. QNH in inches of mercury. It's 1009. So what's that in inches? I'm going to put 2980 as a guess. That's not the temperature. Temperature is 18 degrees. Okay. So that's minimum LGA of 1515. Go around thrust. Okay. So that's fine. What order brake settings is that based off? Does it not tell you? 15 meters. Brilliant. I'm going to set order brake to... What's the highest? Not max. Medium should be fine. 24 miles. Let's start our descent. So... MSA in this sector is 3,500 feet. Let's go straight down. Yeah, 3.5. Alright, 3,500 feet. So mode 3,500 feet set. Turn on IS hold again. Start reducing a bit of thrust. In fact, you know what? I'm going to set the auto throttle off first. I'm going to reduce the speed. Let's descend to 300 knots. So we'll bug that. And when we get to 300 knots, we'll go IS hold. PP says highly recommend using flat 30. Not a big difference, but easy to land and approach. Roger.
Minimums. Approaching minimums.
How come that's not changed the landing distance? How does this system work? I've no clue. Minimum LDA? I really don't know. Jimmy! Welcome aboard, Jimmy! Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for joining as a member. Glad you enjoyed the content. You get invited to our members on Discord. Thank you very much. Why is it not going to IS hold? What have I forgotten? Eh? Yeah, that's too much thrust on idle. Why is it not going into indicated airspeed hold? What have I forgotten? Oh, that's why. I forgot to arm the altitude. Down we go. That made me feel sick. Oh. Right, go idle. And shut off the horn. There we go. Down we go, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so after Kia, outbound, we'll have a look at this RNAV star / not RNAV star. Outbound 093, so we can get this course set. 093. VOR, we can tune 15.0. There we are. So I'm just going to fly with the VOR in a second. Well, so much for high speed descent. I know I've got Navigraph up, guys. We'll stick it at 270 knots. 3,000 feet per minute. What, you can shut off the idle horn? Yes, there's a little lever here, Matt. There you go. Cool, blimey, this descends well, doesn't it? That's complete idle thrust. There we are, Kia, after Kia, outbound. And we'll tune the other VOR 1100 on standby, which is there. 1100. Good. Out of range for that VOR. So we can use INS to work out our required rate of descent. So we're 7 minutes away. And we need to level off at 3,500 feet. So 24,000 feet. Level off at 3,500 feet is going to be 20,500 feet divided by 7 minutes. Rate descent needs to be 3,000 feet per minute, which is pretty much what we're doing. We'll leave it set to that. Would you love to fly a 7.2 in real life? I'd love to have a go, yeah. Oh, we never did our fuel check. Well, we can do it now. So, overhead the Kia VOR. Should have 4,800 kilos. What's that in pounds, guys? Times 2.2, isn't it? Bloody gauges. Should have 10,600 pounds on board. Let's have a look at the gauges. 10,600 is what we need. We've got 3,232. So 3,200 times 2 plus 3,000. So we should have 10.5. Oh, we've got 9.5. I've used an extra £1,000 of fuel. Anyway, I think once we get the other VR identified, we'll tune up and switch. 43 miles to run, and that's the island of Mikonos there. So that's our destination. Generation blowout goes, oops. We're going into the Hudson. Oh, I've got plenty of gas. We'll just commit my Athens fuel. Please update this so we can have kilos. Actually, hold on. Can't you see this? Wait, hold on. How come? Hey, it's showing exact amount of fuel in each tank. That can't be right. Because I've got different thrust settings for all the engines at different points. And that doesn't match the gauges, does it? That's £3,000. 3,000 and a bit above, 3,000 feet above. But that's showing exactly the same. I guess that's not fully synced up. Is there another way of checking the fuel? I don't think there is. We'll be okay. Isaac, hi Captain. Not using LNAV VNAV for security. No! There's no LNAV and VNAV in this. What are you on about? This is old school, guys. Old school. About to pass 17,000 feet. Remember, our target altitude to be... Sorry, not 3.5. I want to be at 5,000 feet over the peak, because we need to lose 12,000 feet in about 6 minutes. Oh gosh, yeah, we need to really arrest our rate of descent to about 2,000 feet per minute now. Now, this does have vertical speed. So I'm going to go vertical speed, turn on that auto throttle to lower my workload. And just going to set it to 2,000 feet. It's a bit tricky. I don't know if there's a click spot or a hidden one for the vertical speed bar, but I'm just going to rotate this until we're doing 2,000. See where my mouse is down here? There we are, perfect. And we've now got the VOR on box 1 and 2. So what we're going to do is tune up the VOR now. Bring up the approach chart. Here we go. So 110.0 on box 1 and 2. There we are. And we're bang on the course. Look, you see if I rotate that, I'm bang on the HSI. So what I can do now is turn off INS navigation. Go to nav lock. There we are. Vorlock's engaged, and now the aircraft is flying inbound on whatever radial it was. The reciprocal. So 093 inbound. So I can't do maths. 273 inbound. 273 radial. 093 inbound. 28 miles to run. And the auto throttle I forgot to turn on, so my speed's dropping off. Oops. It's fine, we'll fly whatever that is, 265 knots. That should be on Vorlock. So the flight director pitch bar, does that follow pitch modes? Oh yeah. But no, you can just rotate that to whatever you want, can't you? So it's a bit random, isn't it? I don't like it. Turn it off. Down we go. Right, approaching 1 to go, so I'm going to bug 250. Does the auto throttle... But yeah, it flies the bug speed, doesn't it? So it's now close to the thrust. Put the seatbelt signs on. All the forward-facing lights. Oh, look at that! Clark old school flying today, absolutely. Localizer alive? Jim, what are you on about? Is there a descent checklist the engineers do here? Approach checklist, we'll be right. 20 miles to run. Awesome. So only need to lose 5,000 feet in 3.5 minutes. So yeah, I only need to do 1,500 feet. I think I'm going to really slow the vertical speed down. So for yes, it's already engaged. Just rotating the nose wheel down here to set about 1,500 feet. That'd be so easy to use in real life. There we go, perfect. There's the island. RS 2020 Concourse stream? Yeah, we'll look at that again soon. Oh, can hit PA.
If this happens, remain seated and pull the mask tight to start the oxygen.
What? Talking about the oxygen mask?
Runway over your nose. nose and mouth and breathe normally.
I don't know why the cabin crew are doing that. We're going to have a rapid depressurization at 8,000 feet. Alrighty. So we'll set the bug speeds now for landing. Set speeds. Set EPRs for go around. Perfect. Oh no, I don't want you to fly that speed right now though. So I've only got 13 miles to go, so I'm going to start reducing to the up speed, about 195. So just as a reminder, we're going to go to the beacon, fly outbound 128, 6 miles, and then a right turn. Level. We're going to not do a CDA, we're going to level off at 2,100 feet, and then I'll hand fly the rest. Just might use a little bit of speed brake just to help us get to 200 knots, because I want to stay in vertical speed. One of the flight attendants having flashbacks. Having stores brutal comment. That's a cool view. There's the airport. You can probably do a visual approach today. Beautiful day for it. Great. Just shallow off that descent a little bit further. And we'll now stow the speed brake. I think that's the cabin secure. What was that for? You press the phone to respond. Yep. Cabin is secure, ready for takeoff. Right, safety briefing complete, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, looking good. So, I'm going to revert to heading select. Let me just match the heading, because I want to get the courses set for the approach. Heading cell. Heading cell, he says. Heading cell. I think I need to put that to turn knob. Heading cell, there we are. So, we can set the course now to 128. That's going to be the outbound. We'll just use heading select to fly course. There's the airport. And we're reaching 5,000 feet. So, the procedural altitude, you can actually pass the VR at 3.5. So, we'll go down now from 3.5. We've only got 3 miles to run. We're not going to be well above 3.5. So let's set 2,100 feet, which is the outbound track, and also the platform altitude. So 2,100 feet is now set. Getting ready to make our turn on the outbound track. Very short, narrow runway here. Great texture quality as usual. So you just got to try and judge that and turn 2 miles. I reckon that will do. So let's go outbound. And what's the flat 1 speed in this beast? Well, flat 2 there isn't one. 245, flat 5 230. Yeah, we're below both those speeds. So speed checked. And a bug 180 knots. And speed check flat 5. So there we are, flying over the beacon. We'll get the tail of that needle on 128. Just need to drag it across. So I'm going to make a slight left turn. Turned a little bit too early, so we're actually on the 140, but it's coming. We'll just make a slight turn to maybe 115 to drag that needle onto 120. There we are. There's the HSI alive anyway, and we can safely now descend to an altitude of 2,100 feet. There we are. Oh, just about to fly through the radial, so let's match that heading. There we go. You can see we're outbound now 128. And we'll go out until 60 ME. Beautiful. Right, really shallow off the descent now. We'll just do very shallow vertical speed. Oh, the auto throttle makes your life so much easier. Oh, don't climb, don't climb. There we go. Perfect. So we'll say at 180 knots. Good procedural turn speed. I could use Vorlock to help me out here, but you know what, now we're almost nearly at 6 miles. We'll set the final approach course now, 332. We can use the tail of the needle now to still fly outbound. God, these guys had it hard. Doing this every day. So now we're just waiting for 60 ME. Beautifully tracking outbound 128. Just use the tail of the needle on the RMI. Why are we not descending? Oh, come on. I am in vertical speed. Oh, it's levelled off. Oh, I know why. There we go. Wind correction is very important. Thankfully, it's very nil. 60 ME, turning final. So all I'm going to do is give myself an intercept heading, and we can now go down to 2,000 feet. I can go to flat 15. I'm going to bug 160.
About to go.
Checked. Oh, guys, look at that. Just meant to be flying a 3-person jet, but I just need to admire that view for a short while. Absolutely spectacular. It's a really rewarding experience flying these sims. I'm glad I delayed the stream by a short while. View that sunset. Alright. Oh, guys, would you look at that? Would you look at that? So, correct sensing, arming Vorlock or Navlock or whatever they want to call it in this thing. Navlock, there we are. So it's localizer capture, so it's now going to do that, and it's also going to level off at the platform altitude 2,000 feet. And it's not slightly offset, but it seems to be, and we're just about 3 reds, so a vertical descent planning was very good. And then I'm going to disconnect and hand fly the rest. There we are. Alright, the VOR, basically, you'd step down after 6 miles from the platform altitude, which you are now at, and start descending. So I'm going to disconnect the auto throttle, disconnect the autopilot, my airplane. Going to lower the gear. Please tell me that's worked. Yes, it has. So gear down. I'm going to set about a rate of descent of around 800 feet per minute. Next landing flap. So that's next flap 25. Oh, gosh, reduce thrust. And we said we're going to go flat 30, didn't we? There we are, flat 30. So, just make sure I book the speed. There we go. Alright, so 2 reds, 2 whites. I'll do some altitude distance cross checks. So, at 4 miles, I want to be at 1,438 feet. 2 reds, 2 whites. Speed's good. So, add some thrust. Just quickly run the landing checklist off my mobile phone. Landing.
Landing checks.
Thanks, Jim.
Flaps 30. Ignition set to continuous. Anti-skid.
Good, speed's really nice, flies really nicely. 3 whites, so keep descending. So I'm not so worried about the HSI because I think it's slightly offset. I'm just flying on the extended sense line now. Set about 1,000 feet per minute, so keep descending speed. Beautiful approach. Right, back on profile, 2 reds, 2 whites, set about 700 feet per minute based off this speed. 30 metre wide runway. It gives you the impression that you're quite high, or the visual perception that you're high. You're not. Oh, I can't remember what the surface wind was. Definitely coming from the right, I think. Yeah, 010 something, wasn't it? Continue. Oh, through it, I'm sinking. Whoa, whoa, what's that rate of descent? Whoa, I lost my scan a bit. Well, I'm low. Speed's okay, though. That's better. Nicely recovered.
300.
Yeah, trim, that's not
200.
God, it's narrow. Oh, speed. Oh, we're fine.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Come on. Clunk. That'll do. Right, speed breaks up. It's not. Now it is. Reverses. Cool. I got a bit low on speed there at the end. 100 knots. 80 knots. 60 knots. Cancelling order brake. And cancelling reverses. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mikonos. Whew. That was quite a firm landing. And I got a bit low on speed there. I was probably about 5 knots below VREF. Probably negated a go around, but it's so hard to scan the speed on this tiny little gauge. There we are. I don't even know what that flight time was, but we've arrived. I've not killed anyone. Didn't depressurise the airplane. Did a reasonably good job for a 3-crew aircraft, I think. We'll go to the end in 180. Now this is a 30-metre wide runway, so I guess in reality there's some sort of turn circle here, yeah, at the end, which is sort of half modelled. It was a default airport, so I'll sort of go off the runway here. Oh, look at that sunset. I didn't start the replay either because it doesn't work with this add-on at all. God, it's narrow, isn't it? Can I open the window for coolness? Yeah, it turns really well actually, this aircraft. It does turn on a bit of a dime. A little bit of understeer though. Come on! Yeah, take off warning horns. It's all good. It's all good. Stick your elbow out the window for extra coolness. Hey, I am. There we go. Oh yeah. What are you thinking, guys? I really like this add-on. I know we've only flown it a couple of times in the past, and it's a bit old school. Oh, it's loud in here. Just turn the sim down. Crikey. Yeah, I quite like it. And just thankfully I was offline today, made it easier. But we'll get Jim to do the taxi and flow, which is great. I think he retracts the flaps and everything. Yeah, he does the whole. He actually configures it, doesn't he? There you go. Puts the flaps up and everything. It's great. Awesome. Thanks, Jim. So he's actually starting the APU as well. That's so useful for taxi and flow. He's starting the APU as well. Right, yeah, welcome to default airports in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah. I think I will park near the terminal somewhere. Yeah, our flaps are retracted. Yeah, he's done everything. And very unusual, Tom says, yeah, he's actually cleaned up the aircraft. How much fuel did we land with? Yeah, loads. Just under £3,000 each tank. I'll just park it in front of the terminal somewhere. God, I can't hear a thing. Ah, oh, that's better. There we go. We'll park it there. Oh, look at the rotary beacon light on there. That's super cool. There we go. Wonderful. Parking brake is set now. Is the AP up and running on the bus yet? I think it is. I think he's already put it on, hasn't he? Yeah, look, the IDGs are disconnected, so we can just shut the engines down. There we are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mikonos. I love the beacon light. Turn off. Strobes. Oh, no, he's already done it, hasn't he? Yeah, he's done it all for me. Beacon light can come off then.
The boarding requested.
Oh. Oh, thank you. I think this might not be a pre-approved GSX stand. We can do something about that. Waiting for your action. Well, hold on. Reposition aircraft. Just the default airports are so rubbish. Let's just, I don't know. Too small, reposition. There we are. We're now there, guys. It's just so I could do the
boarding requested.
Deboarding. Yeah, it puts all the stuff in the correct place. That's right. Right, deboarding requested. There we are. Yeah, TripTech, we've just landed, just missed it, unfortunately. Play it back. It was a lovely landing. ICE 2020 says, well, fly J-Sim is from the beginning of X-Plane 11, so it's very old. Yeah, I look forward to trying that in X-Plane 12, and no doubt it'll be great. But this is, I think, quite a decent replication of the 727. In fact, I'd say it's very good replication. And what's the price of this? It's very reasonably priced, I think. So I think it's well worth investment if you want to try flying some old school navigation. But as someone was actually asking earlier, does it have an FMC? It does. So if you go here to options, it's called the GNS XLS. And have a look at this. It is a rudimentary FMC. So you turn it on. I did work on my test sector, had a little play of it, and yeah, you load it up. There you go. I don't know if this is a custom-made FMC from FSS, or this is actually a genuine retrofitted FMC to the latter 727s. I'm not so sure, but yeah, you can select your SID stars, routing. Yeah, I need to have a play around with it. FSS has some really good documentation online for all of the systems, so you can have a play of it and see how it works. But it does come with an FMC, so you can fly on some modern routes. Maybe I should have a play of it and see what's what. But yeah, there we go. Look, ident. Got your routing in here, knows where you are, and you just put it all in. But yeah, very good fun flying this aircraft again. We love all the old Boeing jets, of course, on the channel. So this was requested a few times, and I was very fortunate to get a copy of the passenger variant. And there we are, flew Olympic for the first ever time successfully. But yeah, no replay said. It is an awfully short stream. Thank you very much for tuning in nonetheless. Once again, thank you very much for FSS for sending out the passenger variant of the 727. Try it out and do some old school flying. You can't really do it in real life now in jets like this, but you can still relive the golden age of aviation in your respective desktop simulator. And I had a lot of fun trying this out today. Happy Store says, thanks for a great stream. Take care. Thank you very much for popping in, buddy. Nice chatting with you yesterday. Douglas, hope you're doing well, so see you. Custom FMC and FSS. I'm not sure, AG. It might be genuine. I don't know, but hope you're doing well. RS 2020, yeah, the default airports are not great. But listen, the VOR worked, the runway's the correct direction and dimension, so it's good enough for short streams like this. And I think there's probably some payware airports available for this city, but it doesn't win over explain. Thank you very much for tuning in. Jen Cadam, I think, was here as well. Martin Keel, Aviax as well. Ez Hill. What rudder pedals do you use? I use the SideTech Pro flight rudder pedals. They're rubbish. No, they're fine. For rudder pedals, they're good. Just need some decent brake force on them. I might look into the Thrustmaster ones at some point. Take care, Sasha. Flying. It's a cheers. Flying Walnut, sorry, Sasha. Cheers, Sam. Short but sweet. Thank you very much. But yes, if you enjoyed the stream, don't forget to like, and if you want to stay up to date with short little streams like this, subscribe as well. I'm off now for the next few days. I'm busy, but I will squeeze in a stream or two publicly. Don't forget, members, I do have you penciled in for this Sunday at 5 o'clock in the evening for group flight number 64. So I'll publish the bookings for that in the coming day or two, and hopefully see you on Sunday, but hopefully a stream before then publicly. Right, okay, guys, take care, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you all on another live stream very soon. Cheerio.